Welcome to the Summit Academy. We are going to discuss the economic current affairs and the topic is about the low altitude economy. Our point of discussion will be what is low altitude economy, the application of the low altitude economy, and the government of India initiatives to boost the drone industry and the challenges faced by the drone industry. Apart from these things, we are also going to discuss why the concept of low altitude economy is in the news. Let's dive into the topic of the low altitude economy. Why it is in the news? Because China has predicted that its low altitude economy is going to touch the 2 trillion yuan by 2030. That is why the concept of low altitude economy is in the news. What is low altitude economy? Low altitude economy refers to an emerging economic ecosystem that are centered around the activities, services, businesses operating within a height of 1000 meters above the ground level. To make it short, economic activities that are operating within a height of 1000 meters above the ground level is nothing but a low altitude economy. The driving force behind the concept of a low altitude economy are one is the advancements in the technological advancements in the drones, and next thing is advancement in the concept of air mobility. So these are the driving force behind the concept of low altitude economy. And the low altitude economy leverages the capabilities of low altitude aircrafts. And the low altitude economy relies on the technologies, the emerging technologies like 5G, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, and the cloud computing. So to make it short, that what we have discussed as of now, using the low altitude aircrafts and generating the economic activities within a height of 1000 meters above the ground level is nothing but a low altitude economy. Now we will discuss what are low altitude aircrafts. Low altitude aircrafts are the vehicles that are specially designed to operate below the height of an traditional aircrafts. We know that the traditional aircrafts operate at an height of 30,000 feet above, whereas these low altitude aircrafts are the vehicles that are specially designed to operate below the height of the traditional aircrafts. The examples of the low altitude aircrafts includes the unmanned aerial vehicles, drones, electric vertical takeoff and landing, hybrid electric propulsion system, air taxis. So these are the examples of the low altitude aircrafts. And the low altitude aircrafts uses the semi-solid battery technologies, or it operationalized through the use of the semi-solid battery technologies. Now we will discuss what are semi-solid battery technologies. Semi-solid battery technologies bridges the gap between the solid battery technologies and the liquid lithium battery technologies. We know that the traditional solid battery technologies uses the electrolysis of glass and ceramic. Its operational efficiency will be low and the safety enhancement will be high. Whereas in the liquid lithium battery technology, the features includes like the maintenance cost is low and the manufacturing cost is low. The semi-solid battery technologies has a combination of these two advantages. I mean that it has a combination of the features of both solid battery technologies and the liquid lithium battery technologies in terms of their advantages. Like the operational efficiency will be high, the safety enhancement will be high, the maintenance cost will be low, the manufacturing cost will be low. So these will be the features in the semi-solid battery technologies. Now we'll discuss the features of the semi-solid battery technology. The first feature is it's a high energy density. It has high energy density because within the same volume more energy can be stored and the flight enhancement will be high. And the safety enhancement. The semi-solid battery technologies are less vulnerable to the overheating and the fire. And the semi-solid battery technology requires the less time to get charged, so faster charging, and the lifespan of the semi-solid battery technologies will be high. So these are the features of a semi-solid battery technologies. Now we will dive into the areas or the applications where the low altitude economy are used. So we are going to discuss how the low altitude aircrafts are used to generate the economic activities. So first thing is about the drones, how the drones are used to generate the economic activities. I mean the area of applications of the low altitude economy. The drones which are the drones in the agriculture sector and how it is going to generate the economic activities. The first thing is in precision farming, the drones can be used. Crop monitoring, drone can be used. Spraying the fertilizers and pesticides, drones can be used. And in infrastructure, drones are used for the inspection of cables, bridges, power lines because the maintenance cost will be low compared to the conventional way of inspection, and it identifies the potential hazards. Where in such and these are the areas where the drones are used in the infrastructure. In the search and rescue operations, drones are used to identify the missing or locating the missing persons, assessing the disaster zone, supplying of essential goods in the which are in the remote parts where they are not accessible due to the floods, and even the drones are used for the in the crowd management to prevent the stampede, to prevent the incidents like the stampede. In the environmental aspects, drones are used to track the air pollution, water pollution. Drones are used for tracking of animals to prevent the poaching activities. The drones can be used in the photographic. So, so these are the areas where the drones are used and can generate the economic activities. So now we have discussed in the civilian use. Now we will discuss in the defense sector how the drones are used. Drones are used in the surveillance and for the precision attacks. So we have discussed how the drones are used to generate the economic activities. Now we will discuss the electronic vertical takeoff and landing, how they are used to generate the economic activities. Electronic vertical takeoff landing have two components. One is cargo electronic vertical takeoff landing, and next is an passenger electronic vertical takeoff and landing. This is the picture of an cargo electronic vertical takeoff and landing. So in the cargo electronic vertical takeoff landing, this will revolutionize the e-commerce because the maintenance cost will be low. The delivery, it has a high speed in terms of the delivery, faster delivery, the efficiency will be high. So in this way, it will boost the e-commerce. The drone, the electronic vertical takeoff landing, that is cargo electronic vertical takeoff landing, are used in the food, or can be used for the delivery of the food, Zomato, Swiggy, examples you can take it, and even for the delivery of the medicines, vaccines, drugs. It can be used to, it can in an overall it can be used to, it will overhaul or it will revolutionize the e-commerce due to its advantages. Next, whereas in the passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing are used to transporting the people from one place to another place. In cargo electronic vertical takeoff landing, that were used for transporting the goods from one place to another place. Whereas in the passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing, they are used to transport the people from one place to another place. Look into the image where the passengers can be used this, I mean where the passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing, which helps in the transportation of the or the movement of people from one place to another place. We know that the traditional transportation sector are facing the challenges, that is traffic, next pollution, and the maintenance cost, because we have the fuel cost will be high, and it is vulnerable, and it is vulnerable to the global geopolitical shocks. So to address these issues, precision and to address these issues, the passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing has been designed. As we have discussed, the passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing helps in transportation of the people from one place to another place, and it addresses the challenges faced by the traditional transportation sector. Next thing is traffic management of the low altitude aircrafts. As we have discussed that the passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing are designed for the transporting the or for the transportation of people from one place to another place and addressing the challenges like the traffic and the air pollution, and to reduce the maintenance cost. Okay, we have reduced the traffic in the on the surface due to deployment of the passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing and the cargo electronic vertical takeoff landing. But if there is a large volume of application of this passenger electronic vertical takeoff landing, there might be the chances of traffic in the air, there might be the chances of collision from with the one electronic vertical takeoff landing with another electronic vertical takeoff landing. So there are the chances. So how to address these challenges? It can be addressed through the traffic management of the low altitude aircrafts. The traffic management of low altitude aircrafts is essential for the seamless and the safety operations. So the traffic management of low altitude aircrafts includes an unmanned traffic management. Unmanned traffic management have two components. One is dynamic geofencing and another is an collision avoidance system. In the dynamic geofencing, real-time boundaries are fixed so that the drones are not entered, or they are preventing to enter into the restricted zones. Whereas in the collision avoidance system, this system has been designed to prevent the collision. So AI designed algorithm has been fixed on the drones so that it can track or it can prevent this type of collisions. And there is a need for an integration of an unmanned traffic management with the conventional traffic management for the seamless operations of the low altitude aircrafts. Now we'll discuss the government of India initiatives to boost the drone industry, because it is a sunrise industry and we have looked into the economic activities that can be generated through the use of the drones or the electronic vertical takeoff landing. So now what are the initiatives that the government of India have been launched to boost this drone industry? The first thing is drone airspace. The drone airspace map is not where this policy has been designed so that the 90% of the Indian airspace that is within the height of the 400 meters are opened as in green space, so that the drones can operate without having any permission, without taking any permission or any compliance burdens. And they liberalized the drone rules 2021. So so that the approval process, it has simplified the approval process and reduced the compliance burdens, and it boosted the ease of doing business in the drone industries. And drone Shakti initiatives. This policy has been devised or initiated to boost the drone sector, to boost the startups industry in the drone sectors. So these are the initiatives that are taken by the government of India to boost the drone industry. Now we'll discuss the challenges faced by the drone industries. And what are the challenges? The first thing is lack of domestic component, lack of inputs that are required to manufacture the drones or the manufacturing the electronic vertical takeoff landing, especially the semi-solid battery technologies. So we have lack of domestic component equipments, and does we have the professional training professionals to operate these aircrafts, operate these drones, and they operate this electronic vertical takeoff landing? Means no, we don't have such a professional. So next challenges that are faced by the Indian industry in terms of this drones sector is lack of professionals and the lack of talented pool to operate. And the third challenge is lack of training facilities or testing facilities are the challenges faced by the drone industry. So this is about the low altitude economy.